So I like to, when I'm down and I'm low, to give thanks. And I wrote letters of thanks to people that have been helping me recently, and bicycled around and dropped those letters off. Sometimes I write the letters and I'm not able to deliver them. So I just rack them. Because at some point, I'll make it there. And I'll get them that letter. And I was just sitting there having a drink. Oh, there it is. Can you see it? There it is. Boom. And there's a sign over there. Right here in the middle of downtown Hudson. I was thinking about what's so cool about Hudson, that in the clock tower Hudson that was built by Ellsworth. Ellsworth was a Rockefeller of coal. And there's a picture somewhere of Rockefeller coming out of that door of the clock tower. That'd be helpful for people to know what time it was. And there's a water fountain over there for people, one for dogs, one for horses, and a restroom for people to have. And there's a picture of Rockefeller coming on out of it. But I was thinking Owen Brown. See, we like to overlook in history that there's always been people who stood up for what's right, with a complete disregard to color or whatever else. Hair color, skin color, ethnicity, who cares? There's right and there's wrong. So Owen Brown, this Hudsonite, had lined up to have this awesome, just this first-rate, awesome human being come and speak here. And he was going to speak at the church here in Hudson, at the First Congregational Church. And he was also going to speak at the university that was here in town, Case University. It was to be the Yale of the West, back when Ohio was the West. And, the churchgoers being churchgoers chose fear. They chose fear instead of love. They chose cowardice instead of what's right. And they said, I just don't want that person speaking in here because, the color of skin is wrong. Back then, if you wanted a pew in a church, you build it, you bought the wood, you donated it, and then your family sat in it. So not only had Owen Brown donated the pews up there in the front, but he had also donated the pulpit. So, like the sign talks about how he removed his financial support from the college. Well, he did more than that. So when the college and the First Congregational Church refused to have the speaker speak, him and his boy went on in Sunday during the pasture. In the middle of the sermon, took the pulpit, which he had donated, and his first benches, and he dragged it right on out into Aurora Street, right in the middle of the street, and sat it on fire. He removed himself from the board of the college. And he started going all the way out to another college. And it was a day. It was a long day on a horse to get to that other college versus the one that's right down the street from your backyard. Like you go out of your backyard, you throw a baseball twice, and you're there kind of backyard. And it was worth it to him. And that other college that he went to became the first college to not only allow people in with who cares what the color of your skin is. We don't care about your eye color and your hair color. You're human, welcome to the party. But he also didn't care what gender you are. And so that college ended up becoming the first college in the United States that didn't care about skin color and also didn't care about gender. All because of fear. Because that fear of the college letting a brilliant man speak because of the color of his skin, and the fear of a church not allowing a brilliant man to speak because of the color of his skin. Now, there's an interesting thing here in Hudson is trying to look around. Nobody's kind of maintained it. But the way that you knew a house was part of the Underground Railroad was there'd be a black stripe on the chimney. They'd whitewash the brick of the chimney, and there was a black stripe. So if you needed someplace to hide out, we got your back. Now, what a badass. What a badass. On my birthday, there's many things I could give thanks for. I'd like to give thanks for having the privilege of being raised in Hudson, a place that is full of incredible badass. So many. Past the ability to name the names. I'm name retarded, as a lot of you know. But there's been so many brilliant names that have come from Hudson, Ohio. I was just thinking about Owen Brown. Never doubt the power of what it is you can create in the service of love. Know your love.